on from VAR and talk about we'll talk about the ridiculous to the sublime, right? We transition from VAR to Mo Salah. What can be said? This graphic is one that was created by one of our crack statisticians who found it upon himself to look up all the history books and buy history books and just basically realize that Mo Salah has done things that other players haven't been able to do in full seasons. But this graphic would need to be updated because after getting himself another goal and an assist, he is now at 25 goals and 16 assists. All competitions through 27 matches in the Premier League. Just unbelievable. So if you look at this, the 15-15 club, so any player Premier League history with 15 goals, 15 assists. Obviously, Eden Hazard, Lattiser from Southampton, Salah, Thierry Henry, Cantona. I believe Thierry Henry did it a couple times, and this might have been his best season. I guess my question to you, Paul, is I've always shied away from the athlete comparison era to era because I think it's very difficult to talk about, what Thierry Henry had to do at the way they were allowed to defend and the way the rules were played at that time, or even what, Giggs did at the beginning of his time when he was really at his kind of highest prowess. But I'll ask you the question. Is Mo Salah the best attacking winger to ever play in the Premier League? Is he one of the top 3 or 4? And you feel like that is a fair enough assessment? Or is this one of those things where like you'd want it more to be written out in like 5 to 10 year increments and chunks to make it an even argument for you?
Ironically, I think it's the length of time that he's done it over that puts him as number 1 for me. It's longer. Like, I think the only argument that you can truly make is maybe Ronaldo, but I think his duration of doing it is substantially shorter. And like, if you look at Eden Hazard, if you look at Gareth Bale, if you look at like some of those guys that really hit some pretty incredible highs for a while, the duration that they did it is much shorter. Well, that's because they moved leagues, right? So like, I mean, who's to say they do it over the other time? But Gareth Bale, Eden Hazard left leagues and immediately dropped off. Ronaldo obviously was on a different trajectory there. So I think Ronaldo is only the one that I can really kind of take seriously as an argument against it. But I think it's interesting that my argument, like what I really see this as the consistency over time, considering the fact that the knock on Mo is that he was a 1-season wonder, right? Like that was the thing, is like he was going to be a 1-season wonder, and he just continues to one up that. Really, it's kind of incredible.
And I don't want to go to this level of Schadenfreude argument, but it is crazy that there's a chance that this could be his final season in the league, and the one-hit wonder might just put bookends on his Liverpool tenure with his 2 single best seasons from an output standpoint. And what's crazy to me is we're talking about a guy who scored 30 plus goals one year in the Premier League, and I don't even think that season even comes close to the impact he's had on the pitch this year. To me, this has been the best season for him. Maybe it's the contract situation. Maybe it's because he does believe it's coming to an end and he just wants, it does feel like he's on a man on a mission. He just wants to win everything he wants, to earn everything. I guess I'll ask you, we're 27 games in, there's 11 matches remaining. Assuming he plays all 11 matches, where do you see those figures ending? And does he have a shot at 30-20? Does he have a shot at 35-20? Like, what do you believe the goals and assist number for the Premier League will finish at come May 22nd when they lift the trophy?
I think 30-20 is probable. I think 35-20 plus is going to be a stretch for me. I think it's doable, right? It's doable. But I could definitely see 30-20 as achievable, especially if he, like, if he stays on pace, he's going to hit that. So
I think he will. I also think there is a world where Arsenal drop a couple more points. There's points dropped in a few more matches. We get a couple good results. Like we pick up a victory against Newcastle midweek this week. Maybe we win one of our other kind of tough fixtures that we see ourselves as potentially dropping points in. There's a world where literally they have their hands on the trophy by mid-April and they start to actually focus on the Champions League and rotate a bit. And maybe Mo plays less than 90 minutes every game. I think the only thing that holds him back from hitting some of the operatic highs is if he sees his minutes start to reduce. And we all know Mo's going to start Premier League matches, but does he have to play 90 in extra time in every single match if you're marching your way towards the trophy? We say no, but this manager has proven he will rotate players if he believes it. And I think if there is a real chance for us to go deep in the Champions League and we are kind of knocking off the points to work towards the Premier League title, I think he might see his minutes reduced a bit, giving Chiesa some more minutes, maybe even giving, guys like Elliott minutes up on the right-hand side or putting Diaz over on the right. I could see his Premier League minutes decreasing as the Champions League ramps up. That being said, that is assuming that we advance through the Champions League, and obviously we got a tough task in PSG. But let's take a look at